Hey guys, welcome to another voiceover. My name is Pink Fox, and today I have decided to give you guys for free 1 hour for me to show you guys how to begin to use Photoshop. So let's get started. One of the first things that you should all automatically do is obviously create a canvas. So we're going to go to File, click on New, and this will pop up. Clipboard typically pops up for me, but this is not the canvas size that I use. We're going to click on my canvas size, which is 7,000 by 10,000 pixels and 300 resolution. And the reason being that I use that specific size is because that size, I can adjust it the way that I want it to be adjusted. If I want it to be smaller, do I want to make it bigger? Which typically I don't make it any bigger than that, but it can happen. So we are going to create a new canvas. And there we go. It's a fairly decent sized canvas. You can do a lot with this size. I find that it's plenty wide enough and plenty long enough to create a full piece. Of course, like I said, it can be adjusted, and I will do a little bit of a demo with that. So the next step is I would like most people to have Navigator on. This is my suggestion. You don't have to do this, but Navigator is very useful. One, you can zoom in your canvas, and two, it gives you a small window of your drawing. I recommend to not go past 100% zoom in. If you go past 100% zoom in, you may need to make the canvas bigger or adjust the resolution. Sometimes the resolution is too small. So if you're at, say, 300, maybe bump up to 600 and see if that'll help you. If it does not help you, you may have to readjust the canvas, but keep in mind if you readjust the canvas too much to make it bigger, it will distort the image. So I recommend maybe do small increments of bumping up the resolution. Okay, so how do you get Navigator open? You're going to see all of these things: File, Edit, Image, Layer, Type, Select, Filter, 3D, View, Window, and Help. Go to Window and click on Navigator. I have it already up, so if I turn it off, it'll just flick off for me. It may show up in smaller window. You can adjust it just by this. I like it fairly decently sized, mostly because I only have one display at the moment. So next thing that I recommend to open is go to Window again and click on Brush. This will pop up, and I'll go into a little bit more detail about that in just a minute. So this little guy right here is typically this way. If you are left-handed, you can keep it over here. The one thing I like about Photoshop that you can move everything around. Like if I want everything to be left-handed, it can be moved to be left-handed. But I'm right-handed, so I actually will pick up the toolbox and move it over here instead. It's quicker for me just to move my pen over and click on lasso or bucket than it is for me to have to reach over my tablet to select everything that I need. Okay, so how to create a new layer? Right down here, there's these little buttons right here. Right next to group, there's this little paper button. Click on it, and it will give you a new layer. The keys for that is Control-Shift-N, and it'll pop up a new layer. So Control-Shift-N, and it'll pop up a new layer, just like that. For now, we only need one layer. Okay, so once we have it set up, the next step to do is work on your brushes. So Photoshop here, by right-clicking on your mouse or your pen, depending on what you have, some people start out with the mouse. I started out with the mouse. It's perfectly normal to start out with the mouse. What you want to do is you can look at all of these brushes if you want to, but I recommend keeping your brushes simple. And what I mean by that is that way it doesn't overwhelm you and you don't over texturize certain things that it can get muddy really quick. So therefore, I only use the round brush. That is it. That is all I use. Occasionally, I will pop in and maybe grab another brush for, I don't know, texturing skin, or there's not really a lot of brushes here that will texturize skin, but the background and stuff like that. But typically, I only use the round brush. That is my basic tool. I don't use any other tool than that. Right here is hardness. This is where a lot of my work comes in. Because I only use the round brush, I'm limited of what that little brush can give me. If it's 100% hard, I'm not going to receive a soft brush. So, therefore, the hardness needs to be adjusted accordingly to what I want. So, hardness can have 50%. So we'll do a quick demo here, and I'm going to turn off little mode. I'm going to talk about that mode in a minute. So, oops, sorry guys. That is 100% hardness, and I typically type in 50. This is 50%. There's a little bit of tapering, but not by much. And this is 0. Notice how there's literally no difference between all three of them. Maybe there's a little bit of edge, like if I zoom in. As you can see here, there's some tapering on the sides. This is a little bit hard. This is a little bit more tapering, and this is very soft looking. Okay, so what we want to do is you want to open up your brush, and then you'll see all of these little buttons. I think it's naturally shape dynamics and smoothing. I think transfers is on. It depends on the brush. I actually have all of these modes off besides transfer. And it's very, very noticeable if transfer is not on. I also keep it locked in because I don't want that turned off, because that is my main way that I create all the pressure points that I do in my drawings. So it creates a much softer look. Like, it's a lot more softer. It works with your pen pressure. To backspace a lot, click on Control, Alt, and Z, and that'll help you out. Cause Control Z, it works, but it only, so if I do like 3 lines here, Control Z, it puts it back. It won't do all 3. So if you click on Control, Alt, and Z, it erases every bit of it. Okay, so now we can get on to the drawing process. So in this demo, I am going to be doing a quick portrait of my OC Pink. I recommend to have a reference image up, but today, like I said, I'm just going to do a portrait, and typically a portrait is a little easier to go about painting wise. Okay, so now that I'm pretty happy with how everything is set up, I can begin the sketching process. So I typically start out with, let me turn this down. I use size 13 to sketch with. Sometimes I use 14, but most of the time it's size 13. It's a fairly decently sized without being too in my face. Okay, so let's see. I think I want to do a side. So I'm just sitting here. I'm drawing the basic shapes. Typical. I think every artist does this a little bit. The circle and then the little lines, and then shoulders tend to have a lot of C shapes, so I will create a C shape for that, if that makes sense. Okay, and then let's see. So give her a little bit of her back. I don't think I want this to be very big, so let's see here. It doesn't look like much, but give me just a second, guys. Okay, we'll do something like that. Okay, I'm going to, I just selected it. So how do you select a part of your drawing? It is this little button right here, or L. This is the lasso tool. It may be something different. Just right click it with your mouse or your pen, and then click on lasso tool. And then click on Control T to transform. And I'm going to, I think, lift that up a bit. And then to deselect, Control D. Okay, B for brush. Alright, so once I've got that going, I'm going to start continuing. Oops, I did not mean to do that part. Let's see. I don't want to do too much of a busty piece, so we're just going to do, I guess, something a bit like this for now. It's very basic, but it gets the job done the way that I want it, so without it being too crazy. I'm just going to quickly do the anatomy, just creating the clavicle and the shoulder, making sure that looks just about correct. Alright, so once I have that, I'm going to kind of give where the nose, I'm thinking where the nose will be. Okay. That's about all I do for the nose. I don't really draw the faces that much. I tend to be very messy, guys. I'm a messy sketcher. I don't know if that's noticeable or not, but I'm messy. Very, very messy. Okay, so let's see here. I'm going to click on Control T and make her much bigger. Okay, we'll do about halfway. I'm just going to click Enter and deselect. I'm actually going to erase some of that features, put that back, but that's about all I'm going to do. Okay, once I have that, now I'm going to start sketching out the hair, and let's see, she is a little fox, so I would say little, but she's not really little. Let's see. We'll do something like that. Okay. Alright, so I will sketch out her hair now. Her bangs tend to be the opposite way, but we're going to do this today. I'm just doing the basic shape for everything, just very basic. This doesn't look like it's basic, but it is. Okay, so once I have that, let's see here. Let's do the hair, just making sure. I think I don't like the face a little bit. Let's just do that for now. Okay. Make her a bit smaller. Okay. Oops. Okay. I'm just going to, I think I may give her different types of ears today. Just cause, why not? More like kitty ears, I guess. I'm thinking I'm going to give her a cyberpunk look. I'm thinking. Okay, let's see here. And that can take a few minutes to do. Okay. Let's see, I'll do a little quick design for her body. I'm just gonna sketch something out really quick for that part. Okay. I'm gonna give her a little bit of flow, so I'm going to use her hair for that. That's typically how I do that. I'm very messy. Very messy. Let's see, and I kind of want to do, so her kitty ears are kind of a, like a little, they kind of look like the headphones a little bit. That's what I'm going to do today. Okay. Okay, let's see. I think we're just about done with the sketch portion. So I'm just adjusting. Again, like I said, I'm pretty messy with it. I'm going to actually kind of, whoa, what was that? Photoshop will do that on you on occasion, by the way, just letting you know. It may not happen to you as much as it happens to me, but it happens to me a lot. Okay, let's see. I just want her to be well centered, I'm thinking. The canvas is probably too big. That might be why I'm having some trouble with it, so. Okay, I think the canvas is probably just too big. Let's also, I'm going to select the body here. Control T, and we'll make the body just a bit bigger. I made it very messy, but that's fine. It's fine. Alright, so we have the sketch done. We have the sketch completed. So I'm just going to, I may do like a little, just a little bit with the face. And I typically paint the face last. I'm pretty bad about doing that, but let's see. I'll attempt to sketch the face out for you guys. I'm more of a painterly artist. If you followed me for a while now, you know that I'm more of a painterly artist. And as always, other eye struggle. We all go through it, I promise. It's just one of those things that doesn't go away, even if you're good. It doesn't go away. It never goes away, I swear. Okay, I'm gonna zoom in a little bit now. Okay, let's see here. Okay, we have that part. And all eyes that I do are always so different, I swear. gonna do, I guess, something like that for now. It's not perfect, but it's okay for what we need. Okay. Alright, so we're pretty much done with the sketching. And here comes the nerve-wracking part that always irritates everybody. Flip your canvas. Okay, alright, so she still did that. I always get so nervous flipping canvas. Cause I'm like, okay, it's gonna be horrible, ain't it? It's okay, we're good. Alright, so how do you shift the canvas size? Right here, this little button. And all you have to do is just make the canvas a little bit. I'm gonna make it a little skinnier. We want it to be a little skinnier. Go about that much. Okay. Control T, and I'm gonna make her a little smaller now. Okay. Now that I'm pretty happy with most of this, just gonna make the face a little bit. Using the lasso tool, also really quick, this may be selected. Click the second one over. It will help you shift how much selection that you have. Holding down Alt can erase selection, and just leaving it alone will add. So I'm just gonna kind of erase some of that because I don't want all that to be selected. Alright, and then Control T again. I want to make the face a little bit smaller. Maybe rotate it a little bit more. There we go. Alright, happy with the sketch. Very messy, but I'm happy with it. So let's flip it back. That took a little bit longer than I wanted it to, but it's okay. It's okay, I can maybe stay on a little bit longer. Just for you guys, I'll do that. Alright, so the second step is the painting process. So I will label the sketch, and I'm going to create a group. Right here, this little group button. Excuse me, and put in layer 2 in the group. And I'm going to label that one head. Okay. So then click on this little guy here, and your color block will pop up. Some people prefer the color wheel. I prefer the color block. I don't know why, but I just do. Okay, so I'm just going to go with the very light gray. I'm going to click on my lasso tool and select the head. And just do that all the way around. So next is the I call it the VOD. The body. I'll just call it VOD. It just makes life easier for me. Okay, just selecting the body. Making sure it's just fairly selected. Okay, once I have that, I'll go in, have a new layer, and I'll label the hair. Okay, once I've done that, Actually, this is the fangs. This is the head, that's the bod. So back behind, I'll do her ears. Just going to do it just like that. Okay. And I'll label it. Okay, once I have that, I'm going to kind of make the head a little bigger, and the reason being for that is that little white dot right there. Alright, now behind the body is the hair. So I'm just going to do kind of a little bit of a basic little block here and have that selected. Alright, so now that I have all of that, we're good to go. And then sometimes when I have it blocked in, I can really see that there's an issue with like her positioning. So, or any character's positioning, what I'll do is I'll just click on Control T. I have both the group and the sketch selected, and I may move it over a bit. Or have a little bit more tilts. I'll go with that. Okay. Okay, if there's any like little white bits, I'll just Control T it and bring it down like that. And it's okay, it's a little white right there. I'm probably going to fix that anyway later. Alright, so we are at the beginning, finally at the beginning stages to where I can start painting her. So I'm going to unlock the background. I'm going to create a new group. And we'll toss that in there. And then I'm going to create a secondary layer. And we're going to do a fairly dark background so she sticks out well for you guys. And we'll just go for that for now. So once I have that, I'm going to select all of these little layers, and this little button right here, right next to lock, that has the little pixels. Click on it, so that way it will lock, it'll do the alpha lock, and you don't have to worry about it going past what you have selected. Okay, so once I have that, alright, once I have that, I will begin the painting process. So, pink, I'm actually going to do a little bit more of a different design for her for this particular voiceover. She is my OC, so I can do a whole bunch of random designs. But for now, we're just going to get started with the basics. I'm just going to select a neutral color. Sometimes I go in and do a slightly more tan. She is a little bit more pale, so I'm going to do a beigey color. Alright. Okay, so now I'm just gonna go to 0% hardness. First off, you don't have to do this step. I do this step. So I'm just going to select all of these layers, duplicate them, click OK, and then Control E. Okay, and I'm going to create a new group. This one's underneath. We'll call it steps. We'll toss that in there. And this is her, so I'm going to label the actual part that I'm going to be in the most here. So once I have that, oh goodness, okay. All right, we're gonna have to speed up a bit. All right, so once I have that, now I can begin the painting process. All right, so I'm gonna make the brush a little bigger. And let's get started. In fact, actually, I think that's a little too pale. That's fine though, we'll work with it. Just do about that color here. So I'm just going to, I'm a little messy with it, but it's just the beginning stages. Once I'm fully started, it'll go by a lot faster, I promise. Okay, so got that. And I'm thinking I'm going to paint her hair a pale pink today. We'll do G for that. What is... Am I tripping? What is happening? Okay. Okay, for some reason my bucket tool is just unpleased with me. That's never happened to me before. Oh my goodness, that's so embarrassing. Oh god, that's so embarrassing. Okay, we'll do that, that's fine. Typically she has black and then there's a pink undertone, but I think I want to do pink today. We're going to have a little funsies. So I just have everything basic setup, and then I just go from there. Okay, okay. Alright. Oh goodness. Sweating. Alright. It's because it's hot. I live in the southern portion of the United States and it's like murderly hot. So I apologize if you suddenly hear a fan. It's me fanning myself. It's really hot in here. Okay, so let's keep going, chugging along. Alright, so her ears, I may just do kind of like a gray for now. Why are you lagging? You've never lagged before. What's going on here? Just do something like that. It's gonna look good, guys, I promise. She looks kind of plain Jane at the moment, but I swear she'll look good. Okay, so now that we have that, we'll go back to the head here. Kind of fill that part in so that way it'll look a little better. That's actually her ear, but just okay. I'll go back to her bangs. She has a little section here that I did that's Okay, full size did I didn't mean to, but it's fine. Let's see. Okay, G. Oops. There we go. Alright. Alright, so now we have that. I'm going to quickly that way I've got everything labeled. Alright. Okay, so now we're on to the second stage that I do. And that's just adding more detail. Okay, so I'm just going to go back to the skin tone. That's how I keep going. It's back and forth, guys. It's a lot of back and forth. Okay. I hate when it does that. Okay. Okay, any layers that got unlocked, I'm gonna lock them back. Alright. Go back to the head. Alright, so just going to do some basic shadow. A very, very basic shadow. Just do the ear. Okay. Once I have that, I'm just gonna do very pale shading for the eyes. Okay. Now, still do some. I think it may look better for her. She's got a more neutral expression going on here. Okay. I'm gonna unlock the bang really quick and kind of adjust this a bit. Do a bit of a brighter pink will do. So it'll stick out a little bit more. Lock that in. Lock that in. There we go. Kind of very basic. Okay. Now I'll take that exact same color. Okay. Just like that. Alright, so I'm gonna go to the body here. And I'm gonna do a little bit of a little bit of something like this for now. Okay. And just to really start everything up. This is just what I'm doing just to get started. It's very basic, but it does get the job done. It doesn't look like a lot, but it is. Okay. So alright. I'm gonna lower down the sketch now. Okay, so second step is complete for the most part. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the lasso tool here. I'm just going to begin to create some shadow. Okay. Once I've got that, I'm just going to keep going with it. I'm kind of not completely messy with it. It is more intentional. Just like that. So you guys, since I had to walk away, I am going to give you guys a little bit more time. So, because that's kind of unfair to y'all that I had to walk away. It's not y'all's fault. So, okay, we're just going to do it like that. Alright, so now that we have that, I'm just going to go in here and then do hue and saturation. Okay. Hue and saturation. Alright. And then I'm going to... Oops, I'm on the wrong layer. Hold on a second, guys. Sorry about that. I thought I was on the right layer. Hue saturation. There we go. Okay. I should be on the right layer now. Alright. Let's deepen this up. Add a little bit of saturation. Once I've got that, I'll go in to image again and I'll do brightness and contrast. I'm going to give it some contrast and darken it up a bit more. Maybe about right there. Alright, so once I have that, go to the head now. Alright, so the head is fairly much in shadow, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to select it and just deepen it. I'm just going to use brightness and contrast for it. I'll add a little bit more contrast, but outside of that. Alright, so now we have that part. I'm just going to go in here and just select the hair. Being kind of messy with the hair because the hair gets changed kind of a lot anyway for me. I'm just showing you guys the basics of what I do. Okay, and then I will use saturation. I'm gonna make it a little bit more saturated and then deepen it. Okay, once I've got that, I'll go to the banks. Bank will have a little bit more deeper shadow here, here, and here, as well as here. Here, and here. It's not as much because the lighting's kind of coming, I guess, down this way. I think her head might be too big now I'm looking at it. Normally I can't tell something else as I begin to paint it. I know that probably sounds a little weird, but okay. Now that we've got that, let's see, let's Make the head a little bit smaller. I'm gonna warp it just a bit. I'll go with that. I guess that's fine. Alright. I'm actually thinking about changing. Let's see if I like that instead. So, okay. No, I don't like that. We'll work with what I've got. Alright. So, now that we have more of that, we can I'm sorry if you hear a dog barking. It's a dog. He's happy at the moment. He's outside. Alright, I'm just going to go back into the face now. I'm going to give the face a little bit more detail. No problem. Let's see. Oops. Do it like that. I tend to be very subtle with the face details and slowly add in, like I'm kind of a little all over the place with it. So I'm going to also neutralize her color a little bit on the face, just a teeny bit, because I'm thinking she's mostly going to be in shadow anyway. So let's just kind of maybe do a little bit like that. I think I'm going to now wait. Let's add a little bit more detail to her, and she's got typically she has blue eyes, but I'm giving her pink. I'm giving her pink today. She's getting a full pink look. Okay. Okay, I'm seeing a problem. Okay. Control Shift C, Control Shift V to copy paste. I'm gonna move this up a bit. Okay. Yes, thanks. Got it. Well, it's a little messy because sometimes it will copy the sketch. I don't know why my particular Photoshop does that. Not every Photoshop does, but for some reason mine does. I'm not sure why, but I think actually her face could probably be a little bit bigger. Well, maybe not that big, but bigger. Okay. Now I've got that. We'll just keep on adding some design. I think this eye is just smaller than what it needs to be. Okay, that's fine, whatever. Just stop that. Ugh, the pop-up sometimes drives me a little nuts. Okay. This looks a little weird. Just trust the process, guys. Like I said, I am a little messy when I first start. Let's give a darker color, 100%. And I'll kind of bring this shape back. Just like a little bit. Sorry, the lasso tool didn't want it to be chose today. It keeps saying no thanks. So adding a little bit more shadow and stuff. Okay. I'll do a bit of a bright pink tone bit. Okay. I redraw the lips a lot, so I'm thinking I want her mouth to be open, but we'll see because that may change a little bit later on, so just gotta see what will work and what won't. But for now, we'll just do something a bit like that, maybe. I typically don't go so bright with the lips starting out, so I'm going to dull it down just a bit. Okay, so I'm going to go with a more yellow tone right about here. Okay, and I'm going to do a warm tone underneath the eyes a bit. Okay, let's see. Go something like that. gonna do shadow where the hair. He is very unhappy. I don't know what his problem is. Okay. So, comma. I like to give my characters a little bit of like bags, just like a teeny bit. We'll see though. Alright, let's work on the body. And I have to turn on the fan, guys. I'm very sorry. Okay. Alright, so let's keep going. Keep on going. I'm not sure. So. Okay. Alright, let's work on the skin for the body. Alright, so I'm going to go with the warm color, just selecting a random one. Okay. I'm just going to immediately, in the shadows, give a bit of room light, and I think her outfit actually goes back here. So. Let's do some light shading and lighting. Just gonna give it a little bit of a brighter tone here. We'll do a little bit of pink right here just to help it out a bit. Okay, and we'll go with a bit of a warmer brown red tone a bit. And just quickly grease it on there. Okay, and then we'll just do alright, I'm gonna turn down the sketch a lot more. In fact, I actually may turn it off for a few minutes. The goal is to eventually have the sketch completely off. That is my goal. That's typically what I do. I want to kind of warp it a bit. Not that much, but a little bit. And bring some of that pink in. Okay, put the sketch back. Alright, so let's continue with the skin a bit. Just going to select this color here, and then I'm going to create the clavicle bits. Do I want it to be? Yeah, I think I want it to be a little bit more down, so do a bit of shadow right here. Just using some of that color that I previously placed. I reuse colors like crazy, so don't feel ashamed that you're not using a new color for everything. You want it to be cohesive. Let's do a little bit of highlight. And there would also be some shadow about right here. Right where the hair is like laying on the shoulder. Just a teeny bit. Let's add a bit of blue. Just like a teeny bit of blue, and then okay, I'm just creating the design for the clavicle, and then I'm just going in and working on the shade portion for the chest. We'll do this color, but we'll deepen it. Do that, I guess. Alright, we'll do something like that. Okay, and we'll go into the body here, and I'm just going to kind of extend a bit, just using the lasso tool to make sure I relock it back, and then I'll add that bright color back in. Alright, I have a fairly good base going here, not too crazy, but got a little bit of a decent base going. Let's see. There's something a bit like that that would be shadow here. Alright. And it would be a shadow here. Make some deeper. Okay. Alright. Alright, so okay, let's work on the hair now. I want to get at least a good base for you guys before I leave. Let's see. So I'm pretty messy with the hair. This just takes a little while for me to achieve what I want. Gotta do a little bit of shadowing right here. We'll go to the ears because I'm pretty sure this ear is way. Okay. What if her bangs wasn't so thick up front? Like, what if it was just this? Okay, let's see. Maybe that'll work. And then kinda retransform. do about midways for this one. Let's see. Oh, great. Now we want this side here to be fairly in shadow. Okay. Keep going with just simple base designs. Do something like that. Okay, I'm a little messy with it, but it's okay. Alright, and then we'll just keep going with the creating hair strands. I don't know why I didn't select nothing. Goodness. So just kind of what if it was only this side? That was showing that that kind of does look a little better. Okay. So I kind of want to definitely give it a little bit more of a contrasting color because it's really blending in certain areas and I don't like that. So we're just going to kind of give it a little bit of a boost in certain areas. We'll walk this back down so I can adjust it the way that it needs to be adjusted. And I'll probably do a little bit more editing anyway. Like that a little bit. do more, a deeper color, especially right in through here a bit. Okay. I think you guys might actually get a 2-hour video. How long have I been recording? An hour and 18 minutes. Okay. Alright, we're doing good with time actually. It's not too much above what I said. It's kinda do something like this for now. It's very basic, quick, very basic and quick design. I'll probably do something a little different actually. But I just want it to be kind of filled in a bit. Alright. Yeah, mark that. Okay. I do a little bit of something, a little something like this, maybe. Okay. I'm going to quickly go into here and just deepen this a bit. Right there. Okay. Alright, let's work on the face. Okay, I'm gonna create a duplicate layer of the head. And turn the bottom off. So typically I would just now be starting the face, by the way. I'm sorry for being quiet there for a second. The face does require a little bit of focus from me. But yeah. Yeah, I would have probably just now started the face. Goodness. My brain went a little dead there for a second, guys. I'm very sorry. Let me bring some warm color in this face because it's very dull. We don't want it that dull. It's very dull. But we want it to make sense though too. So. Oh gosh. Okay. Let's see. Okay. We'll do something like that for now for the lips. I'll probably change it a couple more times between now and then. So I gotta trust the process with the face. Just a teeny bit of that. Okay. And then just gonna go in here with the 100% hardness. A lot smaller brush than that. Goodness gracious. Okay. We'll do our sketch size. There we go. That's so much better. Alright, so kind of begin to create some design here going on just a little bit. Sorry that scared the living crap out of me. I'm very sorry if it scared you guys too. Oh gosh. Let's see. So I'm just kind of going in here now and just creating more of the face design that I'm thinking in my head, and then I'm trying to lay it down. It's hard to do that way, but let's see here. I think her eye is too small. I think that's one of our problems here on this side. And then there's not enough white on the pupil, not as much. I'm just going to take some of that color, give it a little bit of a bucky smudge with it. Just gonna fill that in like that. I'm just going to kind of okay, I think her nose or her lips needs to be moved. I think it might be her nose. Okay, and I'm just going to kind of create some smaller lower lashes. probably going to have to do some more adjustments in order to make this character better, but I wanted to brighten up one side a bit, sort of. I'll use some of that blue on the forehead and the nose a bit. Okay. I'm just going to give her a little bit more face because she doesn't really have a big face. Actually, I may just make her face itself smaller. Let's see. Alright, I want some warm color to be brought into her face just a bit. Alright, so I'm going to do a couple more details and then we will be essentially done with the demo of what I will show you guys. If you guys also want to see more of my process, I do have a Patreon page where you guys can come in and see my artwork in a more visual way of how I paint, plus get to see her become completely finished as well. Going to quickly go in here like that, give some more details. So if you guys are interested in seeing that, then go ahead and click on the link. It's offered below just for you guys. Feel free to become a Patreon to see. You may notice there's a little bit of a gap in between. My grandfather got sick, so I had to take care of him for a little while. So that is why I wasn't on for a little while there, and I didn't have time to really tell anybody, but now I have time to begin creating art for you full time again. So feel free to click that pledge button and become a member of Patreon. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe if you want to see the finished piece. Or to finish the finished piece, you'll have to go check on Patreon. But if you want to see more content like this, please click like and subscribe. And give me a comment what you guys think so far. Bye, guys.